What's up, guys? We're here with Thursday night NFL football action for Week 9. We're going to take a deep dive on the Ravens versus Dolphins. I'll give out my favorite bets against the spread and over-under, and we're going to look at a bunch of NFL player props. Also, we're going to cover the whole NBA slate here on Thursday, so buckle up. We have a great video for you today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and player availability being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, a pretty solid day out there for us in the NBA streets. Overall, we got off to a good start there with the Rockets at -5.5, and it was a comfortable blowout win thanks to 31 points for KD, 26 from Jabari Smith Jr., and both Eason and Adams scoring in double figures coming off the bench. The Raptors got completely dominated on the boards in this game and didn't have the answers at all there defensively. Now, a bit of an annoying showing there from the Cavaliers. We had them -4.5. They lose 105-125 after falling apart in the second quarter. Their bench gave them nothing in this game, and it's for sure time to start worrying about what this team is right now and what it's going to be once they get Garland back, because there are a lot of problems right now with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We also had Anthony Simons over 4.5 made field goals at -145. Only made 4 field goals there in a very annoying performance. How he didn't get more shots up in his 26 minutes is irritating, and even in a blowout, you would think he would be getting up more shots and getting a few more minutes. So that was an annoying loss on that player prop, but we finished out the day extremely strong. We cashed the Bulls at -4.5. Chicago continues to roll, putting up a 126-113 beat down there against the Kings behind Buzelis going off for 27 points, and continued brilliance there from Josh Giddey, who had 20 points and 12 assists in the win. Kevin Huerter is also playing great off the bench, coming up with 18 points of his own in that win. We cashed both our dog of the day and our massive lock of the day. We had the Jazz +2.5. A monster fourth quarter got us the cover as the Jazz lose 136-134. Markkanen had another massive day, scoring 32 points, and Keontae George scored 29, and the Blazers almost let one get away, but Drew Holiday held the fort for them late in that game. We also cashed our massive lock of the day. It was over on the Lakers versus Minnesota Timberwolves, over 224.5, and a 116-115 win there for the Lakers after a game winner from Austin Reeves. We cash our over on that one pretty comfortably. Really bad news there for the Timberwolves that they can't beat the Lakers, who are missing both Luka and LeBron, while Minnesota missing only Anthony Edwards, and they can't even come up with a win in this situation. Pretty brutal stuff. So a nice 4-2 day overall. We'll definitely take that. We're going to go ahead and dive right in here, guys. We also had a pretty solid premium day out there. Might as well mention that. We'll be recapping that as well. Our insane hot streak there on NBA props continues as well. So definitely going to recap that here in a bit. But we're going to go ahead and dive in right now and look at our first and only NFL game of the day. We're looking at the Thursday night football matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. The Ravens come into this game in pretty bad shape. They're 2-5 on the season. They're currently in, well, basically tied for last place there with Cleveland in the AFC North. Not the beginning to the season that they were hoping for. Injuries and all kinds of stuff had derailed them, but there is good news on the horizon here for Baltimore. Lamar Jackson is going to be back for this game. They also came up with the 30-16 win there against the Chicago Bears their last time out. Tyler Huntley actually looked pretty okay. 17 of 22 throwing the ball, 186 yards and a touchdown. 2 sacks in that game as well, but a pretty good day. Derrick Henry had a couple touchdowns and ran the ball 21 times for 71 yards. So a very good day there for the Ravens against the Bears. Well played by them. The question mark here is how are they going to look once they get Lamar Jackson back? And I would say they're going to look freaking good, guys. We saw Zay Flowers have a pretty good day. Mark Andrews continued to have good days out there. A lot of good news here for the Baltimore Ravens on offense as they're going to get healthy and get their quarterback back out there. Defensively last week, one of the best weeks for the Ravens on defense so far this season. They held Caleb Williams to only 285 passing yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, and sacked him once. They also held the running game of DeAndre Swift in check, gave up only 45 yards on 11 carries, did give up a touchdown to him, but overall a very good day defensively for Baltimore, giving up only 16 points. I believe that is their best defensive game of the season, right? I can't imagine this terrible defense having had a better day, really. Yeah, I can't. I don't see one that looks any better to me, that's for sure. Over the course of the season, this defense has been terrible. 30th in the NFL, giving up 30 points per game, but now they're getting healthy. Maybe they're about to make a massive turnaround here. We'll have to wait and see. The Ravens injury report looks very, very clean. The offense healthy and ready to go. Having Lamar back, a huge deal, obviously about as big of a deal as you could possibly have as an NFL team. We'll see if he's fully ready to go, see if those legs are ready to get things moving. I wouldn't be too shocked to see them maybe be a little bit hesitant to really unleash him there running the ball, but maybe they won't have to get too deep into doing that here against the Dolphins. We'll have to see here. I don't expect him to hold back too much, but maybe the training staff and the coaches and stuff would hope that he would a little bit. Defensively, we also see a fully healthy Ravens defense. A big deal for a team that's obviously had major struggles this season, but I'm expecting them to get after it here. This just franchise in general has a very solid history of having a good defense, and I think we could see their defense show out a little bit here going on the road, taking on these Miami Dolphins, who've had a crazy season all over the place. They just got their second win of the year, a 34-10 win there at the Falcons, and that was right after getting just obliterated by the Browns the week before. So well played there by the Dolphins, taking advantage of a Falcons team that seems wildly inconsistent. Also making Kirk Cousins have a bad day, maybe not all that impressive, but Tua had his best game of the season by far. Only passed for 205 yards on 26 attempts, but completed 20 of those 26 attempts. 4 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, sacked 1 time. Very good news there for Tua and for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I'm not going to say they're necessarily out of the woods here yet, but we'll see what they can do. Obviously, they did a great job. A-Chain, 67 yards and 18 carries, so not the easiest day running the ball. Gordon the second actually did a little bit better in terms of yards per carry there in the ground game. Obviously, A-Chain remains their most dynamic offensive weapon. Waddle had a very good day, catching 5 out of his 6 targets for 99 yards and a touchdown. So we'll see if any of this is real. See if this is replicatable. See if the Dolphins can do it 2 weeks in a row. Offensively, still have a lot of reservations about guys like Tua, so we'll see how things go here. Defensively, they had a good game. Only giving up 10 points is great, stopping the Atlanta rushing attack, but they packed the box there against Atlanta. Dared Kirk Cousins to beat them, and while he didn't throw any interceptions, he also only completed 21 of 31 passes for 173 yards. Not exactly a banner day out there for Cousins throwing the ball. Also, we saw Robinson fumble it away once. That was not great, so technically a really good day there for the Dolphins defensively, but how much do we believe in that here going up against a real offense with a real starting quarterback? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to be holding my breath, though, for back-to-back amazing performances there from the Dolphins. Now, looking at their injury report, they're pretty much fully healthy there on offense. Going to be missing Julian Hill there at tight end. He won't be ready to go, but other than that, they are ready to go offensively. Defensively, a couple guys missing. It seems like Davis is probably going to be out there at safety. That is a bit of a concern here with the Ravens definitely capable of throwing the ball and getting it down the field. Bradley Chubb is questionable there at defensive end. You definitely don't want your best athletes there going to potentially miss games where you're going to need to be tracking down Lamar Jackson. That is not ideal. His shoulder issue has him listed as questionable, so there is a chance that he ends up playing in this game. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Dolphins are getting 7.5 points at home. We've got a total of 50.5 in this game. Weather concerns, guys, not very many. It looks like it's going to be very little wind and no rain in the forecast, which is very much not typical Florida weather. And I think typical Florida weather would probably be something that would actually help the Dolphins. We'll double check and make sure. No changes here. It's clear, 73 degrees, 4-mile-an-hour winds. So nothing meaningful there in the weather report. In terms of trends here, Baltimore 2-5 against the spread, 6-1 to the over. Miami 4-4 against the spread, 6-1-1 to the over. So maybe, guys, we need to be taking a look at over 50.5 in this game, and I do think that's my lean on the total. I will take the over, but I'm not super enthused about that. That is a ton of points. And if this Ravens defense is as improved as it looked last week, I don't think we're going to see the Dolphins put up that many points. And that is a big part of the reason why we will be taking the Baltimore Ravens here at -7.5. Lamar Jackson 100% back for this game, and after a month of rest, over a month of rest, is coming out saying that every game is a must-win here for the Ravens. The Dolphins are a dumpster fire right now. I don't care that they're coming off that win over the Falcons. This is the best sell-high spot we're probably going to get here on this terrible Dolphins team. I also think this is a massive letdown spot brewing here for Tua. I think he's going to go out there and have an absolute stinker of a game. So definitely give me the Ravens here at -7.5. I think this is an excellent play. And on the props side of things, guys, we've got a bunch that I think are very solid. And first up, I'll take Lamar Jackson here over 1.5 passing touchdowns at -175. He's been over this number in every one of his healthy games this season, including against a solid Detroit Lions defense. Here in his first game back from injury, I don't necessarily see him wanting to run the ball a ton, so getting his touchdowns via the pass makes all the sense in the world to me. I'll also take Tua here under 218.5 passing yards at -115. I know the Ravens defense hasn't been amazing, but I just can't see Tua having back-to-back good games like this, even playing at home. The 2 games before this one, he was a dumpster fire against the Browns with only 100 passing yards, and before that, in a home game against a banged-up Chargers defense, he only had 205 passing yards there on 32 attempts. If we see the Ravens able to run the ball, he may not even get that many passing attempts. They might just keep the ball out of his hands. So we'll see if that happens, but not expecting a miracle from Tua. I definitely think he has a great chance of throwing an interception in this game. That's why I'm taking him over 0.5 interceptions at -140. Coming off his best game of the season with 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, despite the fact he's playing at home against a pretty mediocre defense, at least so far this season. I just don't see him having a good time out there in this one. Take Tua to get picked off at least once here in primetime. In a bit of a deep cut here, I'll take Keaton Mitchell under 13.5 rushing yards at -114. He did have 4 carries against the Bears and broke one for 25 yards, but there isn't all that much reason to expect anything similar in this one. Both Derrick Henry and Justice Hill are fully healthy, so I doubt we see more than 1 or 2 carries for Keaton Mitchell in this game. And to get, 14 yards on 1 or 2 carries is a pretty tough task. I also will take A-Chain under 32.5 receiving yards at -114. He's been under this number in all of his last 5 games, and despite the Ravens not being a good defense, I don't think that'll matter in this one too much. Miami is far more likely to get him touches in the running game than passing game, and Tua isn't exactly great at hitting him in stride to give him chances for yards after the catch, so I'll definitely take the under here on A-Chain's receiving yards. And last but not least here, guys, I'll take Mark Andrews over 2.5 receptions at -158. He's been over this number 4 of the last 5 weeks, and with Lamar coming back, I think his usage is going to be even better here, as he will have a real NFL-level quarterback to throw in the ball. Also, the Dolphins' defense is not amazing, so that should help out with this prop as well. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, and college football picks. We've had a very solid week so far in terms of NHL and NBA results, especially on the prop side. NBA props are red hot right now over on the premium side. Definitely a great time to get in the mix. We've got so many sports going on right now. It's a fantastic time to jump in there and check out the premium stuff over at StumpTheSpread.com. But you also want to get over there and just check out the free stuff. Go over to StumpTheSpread.com, click that free picks tab. There will be free picks in there for you every single day that have nothing to do with these videos. That's also where you can find our free to use bet size calculator to keep you from busting your entire bankroll on 1 or 2 bad days out there. Also, guys, you got to get over to StumpTheSpread.com to get on that free email list. It's a fantastic resource, free picks and parlays in those emails every single day. All you have to do is go to StumpTheSpread.com. You can either go via the link in the description. You can type it into your browser of choice. Click that little green login button at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That'll prompt you to set up a new account. All they're going to ask you for is your name and your email address. That is it. And you'll get 1 email straight to your inbox every single day. It'll have at least 1, sometimes 2 or 3 free picks and some parlays in there, just like I was saying. Also, lots of good information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, all kinds of crazy niche sports spots like that you would never normally even think of. Also, guys, that's a great place to track our results, and you definitely want to get over to StumpTheSpread.com itself to get on those premium picks if you're interested, guys. We've been running pretty hot over there here recently, coming off a very good day there yesterday. NBA player props going 3-0. We cashed Zach LaVine over 25.5 points plus assists. We cashed Dennis Schroeder over 7.5 boards plus assists. We cashed Kevin Durant under 3.5 assists. All winners there on the NBA prop side. Now, in terms of our picks against the spread on the NBA, the Cavaliers -3.5 did let us down. Got a better price there for the premium members. We had the Utah Jazz +3. A nice little half-point boost there on the Utah Jazz. They end up getting the win for us. Well, not getting the win, but losing that game by 2 points. So we'll definitely take the win there. On the hockey side, the Blue Jackets did come through as a half-unit play. Unfortunately, our one NHL player prop did not come through. But overall, going 5-3, not a terrible day at all over there for the premium members. So definitely get in on that if you guys are interested, and definitely get over to StumpTheSpread.com and check out everything else. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe more importantly, get access to our members-only giveaways. We do a members-only giveaway. We put the name of every single YouTube channel member here on the wheel. We spin it every 7 days, and whoever it lands on gets a Stump the Spread hoodie mailed to their address of choice. So definitely want to get in on that. The more channel members we get, the more giveaways we're going to do. So get in there, guys. Maybe we can end up doing 2 giveaways a week. That would be amazing. I would love to be doing that. So definitely get in on that if you're interested. But we got to dive back in. We've got the whole NBA slate to break down. It's only 4 games, but we've got some really good ones in there. And we're going to get right in there now. I mean, it's definitely some solid ones. We got some props to look at as well. And our first game on the slate is going to be the Orlando Magic going on the road here to take on the Charlotte Hornets. The Orlando Magic coming to this game probably feeling pretty depressed. They're now 1-4 on the season. They just lost 135 to 116 at the Pistons. Not Now they got to head to Charlotte to take on the Hornets, and they played that game last night. So the sting of that loss is going to be very, very fresh in their mind. Paolo Banchero, a decent game, I guess, but was only 10 of 17 from the free throw line, missed all of his threes. Kind of a brutal performance out there. He did have 7 assists, but despite all that, 24 points and was a -10. Franz Wagner didn't look amazing either. 22 points, but was a -15. Only 12 points from Bane. He had a terrible night, was a -21. The bench, there were some bright spots. Tristan da Silva put up 15 points, 10 points, 10 points, like 3 double-digit scorers out there on the bench, and he still managed to lose in kind of a landslide. So not a very good look there. The Magic definitely faded late in that game, so definitely plenty of room for concern. We'll have to keep an eye on that injury report. It's not fully updated as of yet. Just keep an eye. This is a pretty young team, so maybe nobody will sit. I do worry about a little bit of Jalen Suggs. His, coming off injuries last year. Maybe he could sit out or have a minutes limit here playing on back-to-back nights. We'll have to wait and see on that, but they do look, as of right now, fully healthy. But like I said, keep an eye on that injury report. Now, the Hornets, they're 2-2 on the season. Their wins are against the Wizards and the Brooklyn Nets. So let's not get too excited yet. This is a team with a lot of talent. Can they turn that talent into wins? Well, we'll have to wait and see. They certainly did not do that against the Miami Heat. They lost their last game 117-144. Not an amazing performance out there. I mean, I had 20 points there from LaMelo Ball. Congrats. You're -19. Your team lost by a ton. 17 from Miles Bridges. Kalkenbrenner played some decent minutes. He was 5 of 5 and scored 10 points and had 6 boards. 19 for Knuppel. He played well. But this team is not fully healthy. They don't have a great bench. They shot 40% from 3 and still lost convincingly. That is a very, very bad sign. They didn't play any defense, allowed the Heat to shoot 44% from 3. Just not a very serious NBA basketball team. So we'll see what they can do in this one. Obviously, this has to feel like a semi-winnable game, but it doesn't really feel like they care about winning games or not. Brandon Miller still going to be sidelined there with that shoulder injury. We don't know when he's going to be back. That is not a great look. He's going to be missing some time here. I mean, yeah, that was not a great look. We'll see when Brandon Miller comes back. He is a big part of what this team is trying to build for the future. Other than that, they are healthy for this game, though. And looking at the numbers, they are getting 3 points here at home. We've got a total of 240.5. Orlando 0-5 against the spread this season, 3-2 to the over. Charlotte is 3-1 against the spread and 4-0 to the over. I mean, over 240.5 seems like an awful lot of points for an Orlando Magic game, but maybe that's where we're at with the Magic right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I will lean towards the over. In terms of a side, I'm going to lean just slightly towards the Charlotte Hornets here. Maybe the Magic are going to be exhausted here, but this is not a game where I see anything worthy of making the pinned comment. Next up, we're looking at the Golden State Warriors going on the road here to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Warriors come into this game fresh off a very solid performance there against the Clippers. They win that game 98-79. They basically just completely obliterated the Clippers there in the third quarter, outscoring them 32-14. James Harden put up 20 points against them, but Jimmy Butler had 21 points of his own. He went a very efficient, he shot the lights out in that game. 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. He was a +20. Draymond was a +29 despite only scoring 7 points. Steph put up 19, only 2 of 8 from 3. The Warriors bench looked okay, not insane shooting numbers or anything like that, but a very, very good night out there, really across the board for the Warriors. They put this game away early. Guys did not even have to play their full increment of minutes. So it was a very nice night out there for the Warriors. Now they've got another tough task. They've got to head to Milwaukee and take on the Bucks. They're healthy coming into this game. Moses Moody is on the injury report, dealing with that with right thumb soreness. He did have surgery on that thumb, so something to keep an eye on. But I do think he's probably more likely than not to play in this game. I would be a little bit shocked if he ended up sitting this one out. So the Warriors should basically be fully healthy for this one as they head to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. The Bucks are 3-1 on the season. They're coming off a 121-111 win there over the Knicks, and Giannis is playing like a man possessed right now. It's pretty nuts. 37 points, 16 of 22 from the field in that win over the Bucks. He's not shooting a ton of threes. He was a +18, scored 37 points, had 8 rebounds and 7 assists. He's doing it all right now. Ryan Rollins has been an aberration here for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's playing great, had 25 points and was a +12. Nobody really went nuts off the bench. I'm actually a little bit disappointed in what we're seeing in the early goings from Bobby Portis. There was hope that we would maybe see Kyle Kuzma have a little bit better of a season. And I guess his game wasn't terrible, but definitely room for improvement here for this Milwaukee Bucks team. Miles Turner had a terrible game. He needs to settle in there for the Bucks for them to reach, whatever their maximum potential happens to be for this season. And they also need to get Kevin Porter Jr. back and see how that goes. If he's really going to be your starting point guard, though, I think that presents some problems. I'd rather see him getting minutes there at shooting guard. But right now, looking at their injury report, he is officially out for this game. So no Kevin Porter Jr. yet. Giannis, as always, is on the injury report, but he's listed as probable, so we have every expectation that he will play in this game. So look at the numbers here, guys. The Bucks are plus 2.5. We've got a total of 232.5. The Warriors 4-1 against the spread and 4-1 to the over. Milwaukee's 4-0 against the spread and 3-1 to the over themselves. So right off the bat, guys, we're looking at another overplay. I do think over 232.5 is very, very live in this game. I do expect a high intensity level in this one, but I still think we will see plenty of scoring. In terms of a side, I've gotten burned too many times by the Warriors this season. Give me Golden State here at minus 2.5. Definitely a play. Either one of these plays, the total or the side, could end up in the pin comment for this one. I think the Warriors have too much depth that can really bother the Bucks. I think they've got enough pieces they can maybe slow down. Definitely not stop, but maybe slow down Giannis a little bit theoretically, but it might not matter. Giannis could go off for 40, and I could still see the Bucks losing this game by 10 or 15 points. We actually have some player props for this game, and the first one I'm looking at is Giannis over 43.5 points plus rebounds here at minus 110. Giannis has gotten over this number in every game this season, and while his team might have a hard time against the Warriors, and while maybe there's an outside chance Horford and Draymond could slow him down a little bit, I think he still finds his numbers in this game, especially here playing in front of the home fans. I'll also take AJ Green over 2.5 made threes at plus 110. He's made at least 3 threes in every game this season, and with Giannis taking all the attention and the way he's been shooting the ball from deep, this seems like a great spot for AJ Green to find a way to knock down 3 or 4 threes. I also like Jimmy Butler here over 24.5 points plus rebounds at minus 115. He's been over this number in 4 of the last 5 games, with the only exception being that game on limited minutes, playing on back-to-back nights there against Portland. Unless Giannis is on him, there's really nobody on the Bucks that can guard Jimmy Butler, so I think we'll see him have another very good game. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Washington Wizards heading to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. The Wizards are 1-3 on the season. They have kept some games close, and they did get that win over the Mavs, but it has not been a very pretty year here for the Washington Wizards. They probably should have won that game against the 76ers, but, teams like this are going to find ways to lose. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, I'm sure are just dying to get out of there. Alex Sarr did look really, really good the other day against Embiid, but Embiid isn't really physically capable of playing defense anymore, so yeah, it can be a little bit rough for the Wizards. I mean, in their last game, we didn't exactly love what we saw from anybody outside of Sarr necessarily. I mean, 31 points is a monster performance, but yeah, I would say even guys like, CJ McCollum isn't doing a good job of auditioning for other teams. Chris Middleton not doing anything important either, so they need to turn it up here a little bit if they really want to get traded. Now, in terms of the injury report there for the Wizards, nothing major. Marvin Bagley on the injury report, but other than that, nobody to mention. So they're pretty healthy here, heading to Oklahoma City to take on the undefeated Oklahoma City Thunder, who are 5-0 on the season. They're coming off a 107-101 win there against the Kings. We were on the Kings and the points in that one, but I believe that was a back-to-back night situation there for the Thunder. So they should be well rested coming into this game. Obviously, they've looked like the best team in the NBA so far this year. We've loved what we've seen from SGA right out of the gate, although his three-point shot isn't looking great. Aaron Wiggins had a big game, cashed a player prop for us on him the other day. Mitchell, coming off the bench, has looked great. 18 points for him there against the Kings, a big part of why they were able to eventually come away with the win in that one. So loved everything we're seeing right now for the Thunder. They come into this game in terms of their health situation, still going to be without Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Isaiah Joe also on the injury report. Jalen Williams' wrist officially out for that game against the Kings. We don't have an update on his availability for this game, but seems very unlikely that he plays here against the Wizards. Chet Holmgren, dealing with that back issue, did not officially out for this game. He won't play. So they're trying to give him a little bit more rest there for Chet. I'm sure they feel very comfortable at winning this game without him. And Isaiah Joe, dealing with that knee issue, he's officially questionable for this game. So looking at the numbers, no shocker here. The Thunder are massive favorites, 14.5 favorites. We've got a total of 231.5. Washington 1-3 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. The Thunder 1-4 against the spread, 3-2 to the over. Definitely not going to take the over in this game, guys. I'm a little bit worried about the Thunder shutting down the Wizards there defensively. What kind of energy level are we going to get out of the Thunder? It is a home game, so I will take Oklahoma City here minus 14.5. I just think they have too much depth and too many guys fighting for playing time to, even if they get a decent lead or a big lead, like even the bench is going to be building the lead here for the Thunder. So I will take the Thunder here at minus 14.5 as a small lean. Last but not least, guys, we're looking at the Miami Heat heading to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. The Heat are 3-1 coming into this game. They've had a pretty good start to their season after losing their home opener to the Magic. They've beaten the Grizzlies, Knicks, and then a blowout win there over the Hornets, 144-117 their last time out. And there's a lot of things cropping up that we like for the Heat right now. Andrew Wiggins played way better in that game, better than he has all season. Bam had a good game, 26 points, 6 rebounds in that one. Kel Ware needs to get more shine offensively, but he's killing it, 14 points, 9 rebounds for him. Davion Mitchell's looking very capable of being the point guard for this team. We also really, really liked what we saw from Jaime Jaquez. He actually led the team with 28 points. He was a plus 43 out there. Crazy, crazy work from him. The Heat look like a real basketball team. Now, they're about to be really, really tested, so we'll see how that goes. And their injury report, Norman Powell is on there, and that is a big concern. He's dealing with a groin issue. He's officially doubtful for this game, and that is a big problem. He's a big, big chunk of their offense when he's out there, and now they're in a bit of a letdown spot coming off a night where they shot the lights out, shooting like 44.4% from 3 or something like that. So I am a little bit worried about where the Heat's offense is going to come from unless they can replicate that insane shooting performance. So looking at their opponent here, the Spurs, they're 4-0 to start the season. They've beaten the Raptors, Nets, Pelicans, and Mavericks, so clearly not the toughest schedule, but they are off to a very, very good start. And in their blowout win over the Raptors, everything continues to fall into place. Wembanyama, 24 points, a very, very efficient night from him. 7 of 8 from the field, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Also had 15 boards, 4 assists, a block, and a steal. A plus 35 out there from him. We're loving what we're seeing from Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes doing what he's supposed to do out there. Keldon Johnson playing great off the bench. Dylan Harper playing great off the bench. As a team, they shot 48.1% from 3. That's a crazy number. I don't expect them to replicate that all the time, but they smashed the Raptors on the boards. Definitely something we could see them doing to lots of teams on a night-to-night basis. Wembanyama out there, guys, is looking like an absolute alien, cheat code, whatever you want to call him. Does not look like a real human person playing basketball. Looks like something created in a lab. So looking at the injury report here for the Spurs as they come into this game, they are pretty much fully healthy. Obviously, still no De'Aaron Fox, still no Jeremy Sohan, no Luke Cornett in this game. Apparently, either we're going to double check all of these, but I'm pretty sure those are all confirmed. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox, hamstring, ruled out for the game against the Pelicans. I guess he's not officially ruled out for this one, but I haven't heard any news that he's coming back for this game. Sohan, yeah, he's not going to be back. Definitely going to be out for a bit here, still with the wrist issue. And Luke Cornett, with the ankle issue, he has officially been ruled out for this game. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Spurs are 5.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 231.5. Miami's actually 4-0 against the spread. The Spurs 2-0-2 against the spread. 3-1 to the over for the Heat, 3-1 to the under for the Spurs. Guys, we're taking the Spurs here, minus 5.5 for sure. This is a big, big letdown spot for the Heat. The Spurs are playing at home in this game. Miami is playing well on the very far away from home. Definitely give me San Antonio here to get the comfortable win and cover in this game. In terms of some props for this game, I'll take Bam under 33.5 points plus rebounds at minus 110. He's been close, but Bam hasn't been over this number this season at all. He's going to be going against Wemby and the super athletic and active Spurs defense in a game with blowout risk, so if this thing gets out of hand, he might not even play his full minutes. I do not think he gets over this mark here on Thursday, especially not in this matchup. That's all the games we have here for today, guys. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description to get over to stumpthespread.com, get on that free email list, check out the free picks over there under the free picks tab. You definitely want to get on that email list, guys, if you're a parlay junkie. They've got parlays over there on that email list. And also check out the premium picks. The NBA player props over there in the premium section are absolutely on fire. A crazy, crazy run for them. NHL continues to look good. We've got a big weekend of football action here coming up before you know it. So definitely want to get in on all of that. And guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.